The Son of the Richest Man, Season 1, Episode 3. At that moment, Ophelia nestled into Colby's arms and whispered, "You little vixen, can't wait to get a room with me, huh?" Colby couldn't help but chuckle. He then pulled out a few red bills from his pocket and waved them in front of Brentley. "Brentley, I remember you would do anything for money, right? Here's $50. Go to the pharmacy and buy for us a box of condoms. We'll need them later." Ophelia's eyes flashed with a hint of embarrassment at Colby's words, but she said nothing. Brentley's eyes burned with anger as he looked at the money in Colby's hand. He had been with Ophelia for over 3 years, and he hadn't even held her hand, let alone get a room with her. But now, Ophelia and Colby had only been together for a few days, and they were already getting a room, had the audacity to ask him to buy them condoms, treating him as if he were nothing. By now, the area was crowded with students, all of whom were watching Brentley with expressions of disdain, as if he were the punchline of a cruel joke. After all, nothing seemed more pitiful than what had just happened. But what they didn't know was that the most sad part wasn't Colby asking Brentley to buy him condoms. It was the fact that Brentley was actually tempted by the cash in Colby's hand. If Brentley could get that money, he could finally pay his rent. So, what's it gonna be? Are you going or not? If you don't, I'll just find someone else. Colby asked with a mocking smile. Brentley hesitated for a couple of seconds, then turned his icy gaze towards Ophelia. "Ophelia, I hope you never regret your decision today." "Regret? Regret what?" "Regret breaking up with a poor loser like you." Ophelia scoffed coldly, taking a deep breath. Brentley didn't even think twice before turning and walking away, disappearing from everyone's sight. After leaving the university, Brentley returned alone to the small apartment he rented off campus. Since he had to work at a bar at night and wouldn't get off until around 2 a.m., when the dorms were already locked, he had rented a place for himself. Though the room was barely the size of a bathroom, it was enough for him. Back in his room, memories of his time with Ophelia flooded his mind. Their once passionate promises now seemed laughable. When Brentley first met Ophelia, she was a kind and innocent girl. Everyone else looked down on Brentley, but Ophelia had always stood by his side. However, in the 2 years since they arrived at Sun's Higher City University, Ophelia's outlook had changed as she met more people. Brentley had long sensed that Ophelia would break up with him, but he never imagined she would do it so heartlessly. When Brentley was young, his family was quite well off. The Carter family was a prominent family in their area. Both of Brentley's parents held high positions in the family business. Although they weren't among the super rich, compared to Colby's family, the Carters were very wealthy. However, when Brentley turned 15, his parents died in an accident. The rest of the Carter family saw Brentley as a thorn in their side, and eventually, he was forced to leave and fend for himself. To pay for his tuition and living expenses, Brentley took on any job he could find, no matter how dirty or exhausting. During the day, he would collect bottles, and at night, he worked as a waiter at a bar near his school. His classmates constantly humiliated him, but Brentley didn't care as long as Ophelia was by his side. However, now even Ophelia had left him. Don't forget to follow for episode 4.